Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. This Thursday is gonna be a little different. We're doing spirit messages, and we're just gonna see kind of what's going on in the collective right now. I'm gonna pull some soul cards. I'm gonna pull some mystical shaman cards, the oracle cards, and I'm going to pull some spirit guides, and their animal spirit guides. And the intention behind this pull is for you to connect to your soul, to your heart space. So before I start pulling any cards, let's go ahead and connect to our own internal heart space. And then from there, we are connected as one. Let's take a few deep breaths into that. This morning, I had some elderberry immune support tea from Mycopia. I'll link them down below. Well, the link will be down below. Hello. I think that was a raven. I'm pretty sure that's a raven, but I can't see it. Anyways. So yeah, what is on your heart? What questions do you have on your heart? That's what this pull is for. What questions do you have on your heart? Vibing with nature right now. It's really pretty out here. I'm sitting by a creek too. It's down by my house. That was a frog. Ooh, yeah. Oh, wow. No, that was a raven, and it just swooped back so I could see it. Whoa. Do y'all feel that? Damn. They like when I come out here. This area really enjoys me coming out here. I don't know what it is, but it feels like home. Quite honestly, there's two little water spiders over there. I didn't bring my phone, or I'd take some pictures, put in the video, but trees are talking. Whoa, hey, energy is strong with this one, huh? All right. I'm just shuffling the cards right now, allowing you all to connect to your hearts. Kind of get in that space. I'm just kind of giving a little bit of the topic. I will put I'll put a timestamp for the beginning of the pull in case you don't want to listen to the commentary in the beginning. Oh, sorry. So first we're gonna pull a soul card. You saw me shuffle them. Sage, they're cleansed. Sat in the sun this morning, got some charge. Ooh. So I'll show you the card. It's very interesting that card came out. I really like that card. I'm going to talk about the card after I pull the rest. Let me shuffle these one more time. What spirit animals, what spirit guides seek to come out? What spirit guides seek to come out? All right. Whoa. Whoa. That's fucking huge. Pardon the language. Stingray and a spider. And I don't know if you can see it, but the spider web is rainbowed, and then the innerness of this stingray is rainbowed as well. We'll get back to those in a second. It's like you are your own creator, creating your reality. If I'm not mistaken, that's stingray. Ooh. Stingray is a water. So we got earth and water. Right. expecting all of those, but that's okay. This is the message for the collective. Whoa, okay. Move my legs here a little bit. So, I have chills. Damn, I just got chills. What? I think something just went in me. Alright. So, first off, I'm going to point this out. You have 8, the circle, 9, completion, and then 10, corn. So you have quite literally like succession, 8, 9, 10. So bear with me for a moment. Thank you. Just want to get a bit more. Okay. Continue. All right. I get it now. So, if you look, you see this person is looking at another face. That person is looking at itself. It's looking at another aspect of itself. If you think about your body being composed of 2 energies, male energy, masculine energy, and feminine energy, right? And then you can unify these fields where you become balanced. So I've talked about this before about there being a third gender that isn't really talked about. It's actually kind of been stripped away from culture. But there's a gender where you don't identify with the body. You actually are the energy that's inside the body, and therefore you don't identify with that gender. And that for me and in my reality is considered androgynous. Where you flirt with this line of masculine and feminine, and you can't really you can't label either way. So that aside, if you're going back to just the basics of like duality, right? Understanding masculine and feminine energy. This could be you looking at yourself, looking at the aspect of yourself that needs to be integrated. At first, for me, I see death because it almost looks like a skeleton face that it's looking at. So it's like you're admiring yourself and what you are letting go of, or what's becoming old, like that, like it's time to let go of what is no longer serving you. And this can be oftentimes a message that is heard continuously, because I feel many of us forget to accept where we are before trying to move on, if that makes sense. Like, we forget that we have to be okay where we are. We have to, like, this space that we're in, before we can move forward, we have to be okay with that. Because if we try, and this is from my own experience too, right? I've left situations because I thought that would be the easiest, like that seemed like the right or the easiest thing to do. And yet, I'm going to be very honest with you, I've ended up in several different situations following that situation that were quite literally the same, just slightly different. And so what I've recognized is and this is kind of what I'm getting from these cards right here, is like you're remembering that the connectedness of everything. And that raven's back. You're remembering the connectedness of everything. The raven agrees. The spider web, right? You are the creator of your reality. That's what spiders typically symbolize, is being the creator, creating. which really means you're a co-creator because you're doing it in tandem with source energy that channels through you. So you are source energy incarnate through your expression of your soul, which is a fragment of the whole, but still a whole within itself. And so I'm seeing that you're remembering the interconnectedness while completing a cycle, right? So you remember how I told you, like, I thought leaving the situation would be easier. Well, what I have found is actually seeing what in the situation is causing me to feel a certain way has allowed me to shift out of that situation. So you're coming to, like, I'm seeing cycles coming to completion. And with cycles coming to completion, you've planted a lot of seeds. Like, you've been doing a lot of work. And that's kind of what I see here. Like, you've been working on releasing, becoming that creator. And then the stingray shows like an inner balanced world. Water, right? You know how to. And actually, interestingly, I was in a live the other day. I'm not in it, but I was watching a live the other day that Pleiiades did. And you may or may not be familiar with them. I can tag their Instagram below. But they were talking about, what exactly were they talking about? Where was I going with that? I lost my entire train of thought. Oh, yes. They were talking about how you can see the waves coming and you can go underneath them. So a stingray, what is a stingray? A stingray coasts along the bottom in the ocean. It's not affected by all the commotion above it, which allows it to stay centered, right? So if you're centered, you're creating. And that's kind of what this is showing me. Is like you're coming to, like, you have quite literally been sitting in darkness for a really long time, and I feel that on a soul level. I feel that this card for me personally has come out since I got this deck. It's been the one card that's come out the most, and for me personally, right, I know I'm going through changes. I know I'm transforming. I know that I'm growing. I know the seeds that I've planted are coming to fruition. I can see that within my reality. So maybe you're feeling like you're just here looking, and you don't see the beauty that is around you, what's swirling around you. So with these, right, with these, it's like you're coming to a completion, so you can start standing in your authenticity, so you can start standing in who you truly are, the truth of you, right? Not what everyone thinks, or what you think everyone thinks. No, who you truly are, like beyond a shadow of a doubt is quite literally what's coming through. Like, just beyond a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, look at that. Developing confidence, sense of self, or spine. The Stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the Stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends makes this decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. So remember how I was talking to you about, if you don't deal with the situation will keep happening. Even if you are looking at the situation, it keeps happening until you come to awareness of everything that needs to change within it, which is kind of what the spider is saying, right? Creator of prosperity through life's work, Dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tries nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. So, like you said, this is the first time I've actually been able to sit with these cards in this manner, and for them to come out in this reading with 8, 9, and 10, and then 23, which is 5, right? That's evolution. 5 is change. We are in year 5. So knowing that, you have been doing work. You human, you soul, you beautiful being, you have been doing a lot of work. And let's see what else this shaman deck's got for us. And I'll pull another soul card because I'm curious to see what else they got. Ooh. So, all right, that's what they want. Ooh. So you got the Jaguar spirit coming in. So, like I said, you've been doing a lot of shadow work. You've been really trying to let go of that ego, really trying to let go of what no longer serves you. You've been doing a lot of spiritual work, right? 7, and this is 11. 7 is that crown chakra, right? 11 is the realm of ascended masters, most typically, and it's a space of in between, really. That is, as far as I've found, it's a space of in between. It's a space that sits within you, in your heart, that you can go to. Like, your heart is a portal. So all of the work that you've been doing in your heart. It's been heart-centered work. We see it as a shadow, but the shadow is what we've created through our pain body. We could theoretically see our shadow as our pain body. Our pain body is what gets triggered to alert our system, right? Because if you think about it, we are a computer system, and we have programs and things that have happened to us that make us react and respond in certain ways. So until we become aware of the observer observing the thinker, that's yes, you see what I mean? Like, until we become aware of that presence within us, like, we kind of see this dualistic way of experiencing life, and I'm starting to see like that is shifting for the collective is shifting the fact that they are they're shifting the separation. Like, they're starting to see the interconnectedness of everything that is, right? Maybe this is also happening for you. So something I know for me is I can see source in everything. Like, source is in this twig. Source energy resides in this twig. It's come into material form through this tree. This tree is a representation of the Fibonacci sequence, which is a representation of the golden ratio, which is a representation of all forms of life. The seed of life, right? We plant our own seeds as humans. We are the seed planters. We are the hunters and the gatherers, but we have forgotten that. We've moved away from that way of being, which is okay. Like, that's just how evolution, like, consciousness has gone. Like, the shift has gone that way to make things easier for us, because things have been hard for so long, and that makes sense. Like, we have a brain to use to think, and that brain has thought how to change things, how to make things easier for us. And through that, we've become kind of disconnected from Mother Earth and Mother Nature, which is okay, because Mother Earth and Mother Nature are reclaiming themselves. Whoa! Look at this. Talking about duality, right? I felt something. Anyways, so look at that, right? We have, this really is reminiscent. Like, this really makes me think of like Mother Nature and like the moon cycle that most women go through, and just connecting to that divine feminine within us, that silent like strength that we have, all of us. And then this really like, to me, shows the duality in each of us, right? We have water and we have fire, and then you can even go as far as like, if to have water and fire, you also must have oxygen, which is air, something that we breathe. So in both of these, you see 3 elements. You see air, water, and fire, right? Well, in order to have fire, do you not need earth to you need something to catch fire, right? So you could also theoretically say that this human is earth. Like, we are earth. We are earth embodied. We are Mother Nature embodied. We are a tree. Quite literally, our energy is a tree. And so it's like showing us, like, this really shows like that that masculine, feminine. But let's not get lost there, because look at the being. This is a non-gendered being, right? Non-gendered being engulfed in both, which is who we are as humans. Like, we aren't the gender that, like, the gender of our body is an aspect of who we are. It is not who we are. It is not what makes us a certain sexual orientation or this or that. No, it's a label that people have given to society to place on themselves, so they aren't confused by what they're looking at. They know what they're looking at. They want to know what they're looking at. Our minds oftentimes try to fix things if there's a belief held that something's wrong with it. So when we look at something and we're not looking at it with love, what are we looking at it with? If we're not looking at something with love, what are we looking at it with? And then that's when you step back into yourself and you're like, well, when I look at someone, am I looking at what they look like, or am I looking into their heart beyond what they're showing me, right? So as consciousness evolves, we'll move into this heart-centered space. We'll move out of this reptilian brain and into a heart-centered space. So yeah, I think that's what I have. Like, you're stepping into your potential. You've planted a lot of seeds. You've been doing a lot of work. You've been working on becoming this creator, and it's like it's on that cusp. It's like that precipice. Just maintain faith, maintain the momentum that you already have built up going forward. Take a deep breath each day, and you'll be set. It's all about repetition, and it's all about creating your own new cycle, which can be a cycle, or it can be a path that you walk on earth that leads you home. So I guess the choice is yours. Do you want to keep going in the same direction, or do you want to kind of branch out and weave that beautiful web like a spider, right? So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me in this now moment. Infinite love, infinite light, infinite balance, and infinite movement, my friends. Namaste.